The 37-day secret, what your lender is praying you'll never find out about. Welcome to the Secrets to Interrupting Foreclosure free mini training. I'm David Washington. Did you know right now, somewhere in the country, a homeowner is sitting at their kitchen table staring at an envelope they're too scared to open? Let me say the one thing that nobody at your bank would tell you. You're not powerless. You're uninformed. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to fix the uninformed part for free. Because here's what I know after 25 years of doing this. Foreclosure isn't a monster. It's a process. And every process has a rule book. The problem is your lender is reading from that rule book that they've never handed you a copy of. Today, I'm going to hand you a few pages. Who I am and why you should give me the next 12 minutes. I'm David Washington, a licensed real estate broker, certified distressed property expert, certified dispute mediator, and the host of Let's Talk Real Estate with David and Company. I've spent 2.5 decades standing between families and the worst day in their financial lives and watching a whole lot of those worst days never actually happen. Here's my promise to you for this training. By the end, you'll understand why the foreclosure timeline is your best friend and not your enemy. The single biggest mistake that can turn a fixable situation into a loss of your home. And the rule with a number in it, 37, that your servicers would love for you not to ever learn about. So I want you to grab a pen because this is good stuff. Before the secrets, one mindset shift. Because if you get this wrong, nothing else matters. Most people treat foreclosure like a bomb. A one big explosion, game over. It's not a bomb. It is a countdown clock with multiple steps along the way. Missed payments, foreclosure notice, demand letters, court filings, sale dates. Each of those is a station. And almost every station, a door is open. That's the catch. The door closes in order, and they don't reopen. Stay tuned to the end, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to reopen the door again. So the people who loses their homes usually are not the people with the worst finances. They're the people who wait too late. They froze at the kitchen table. The doors closed one by one. And by the time they moved, the only door was open was the exit. The whole game is that. Act while the doors are still open. That's the correct secret behind all the other secrets. That's it. Now let's get specific. Secret number 1, the 120-day head start that nobody tells you about. Under federal rules, your servicer generally cannot even make the first official foreclosure move until you're more than 120 days behind. 120 days. That's not a grace period to ignore. That's a window to prepare. Most people spend it hiding from the mail. The informed ones spend it building a plan. Same 4 months, completely different outcomes. Secret number 2, the 37-day rule. Yep, that's really a number. Here's the one that I promised you. There are federal protections around something called dual tracking. Your servicer tries to foreclose on one hand while supposedly reviewing your loss mitigation application with the other hand. Generally, if you get a completed application for help turned in less than 37 days before the foreclosure sale date or court hearing, they are restricted from proceeding or steamrolling you straight to the auction while your application is under review, more than 37 days out. That's why I tell people the clock isn't your enemy, but running the clock out is. The earlier and more organized you are, the more this rules works for you instead of against you. Secret number 3, the bank you hate probably doesn't even own your loan. Here's the twist. The company that sends you your statements, your servicer, often isn't the company that you actually owe the money to or actually owns your loan. The owner might be some investor or some type of trust fund. Why does this matter? Because the servicer is basically a middleman following the investor's rule book for what deals they can offer and what programs they do not. When you understand you're really negotiating with a rule book, not the person on the phone, you stop taking no personally and start asking the right questions. This can be deceiving because your servicer may offer assistance on their website and or on their hold message. However, the investor they are actually servicing your loan for may not have programs that can help save your home. Secret number 4. No is a comma, not a period. Got denied for a loan modification? Then welcome to the club that nobody wants to actually join. The first no is shockingly common, and it's frequently a no to a complete or sloppy package, not a no to you. Better documentation and the right numbers, the right follow-up, that often is the difference between a denial and an accepted deal. Don't read the first no as the final no. Secret number 5. If it isn't in writing, it didn't actually happen. You will talk to a lot of nice people on the phone that tell you all types of comforting things. But here's the new rule. Document everything. The dates, the time, who you spoke to, what was said, and get all the important stuff in writing. I've seen we put your foreclosure sale on hold turn into a sale that is very much not on hold. Paperwork protects you. Refer to the video below where you actually hear me talk to a lender when my customer applied for loan modification assistance. 2 weeks later, they swear up and down that the application was not even taken or no application is in review. Also, never, and I mean never, apply for a loan modification over the phone. And if you do, always back it up with a completed application that you either upload through your online portal or that you email directly to your single point of contact. Secret number 6, foreclosure can often leave money on the table, and sometimes it's your money. Here's one almost nobody tells you about. If your home sells at the foreclosure auction for more than what you actually owed, in many states, that surplus can belong to you, the former owner, not the bank. People walk away from real money because no one ever told them that this exists. I'm not saying just let your home go to auction. However, I am saying know your equity because foreclosure can quietly erase value that was rightfully and legally yours. Secret number 7, silence is the only move that always loses. Every other option has a chance. Reinstating your loan, a loan modification, a short sale, selling, even exiting gracefully on your terms. They all have favorable odds, but you know what has 0 odds? Doing nothing and hoping that it all just simply goes away. So here's the bonus. Maybe you're out of work right now. You have little to no income. Maybe you've already been denied for a loan modification, or your lender has told you that they don't offer any programs that fit your situation. If that's you, I understand why picking up the phone feels pointless. And a lot of homeowners in your shoes avoid talking to their lenders altogether, simply because they don't know what to say. That's exactly what my advanced training and coaching fixes. I'll walk you through how to talk to your lender with confidence, the questions to ask, the words to use, the requests to make, and the information to have already. Knowing what to say can open the doors to options you didn't even know existed. And in many cases, helping you ask for time you need to choose a path that best suits you and your family's needs. You may still have options, and what's possible depends on your facts, your lenders, your documentation, your timeline, and your state's foreclosure laws. The mail doesn't stop because you stop opening it. The clock doesn't pause because you looked another way. Silence is the only strategy with a 100% failure rate. Okay, so you got the 7 secrets rattling around your head. Let me make this stick with 3 words. When things are feeling overwhelming, run the CAP play. C stands for clarity. Open the mail, knowing exactly what station your clock is at. You can't fight what you don't look at. A, act. Act while the doors are open. Early beats denial. P, plan. Pick a path on purpose instead of letting the calendar pick it for you. Now, everything that I've given you is the what. What's possible, what the rules are, and what doors exist. But knowing a door exists is different than knowing what door specifically to walk through in your specific state, with your specific lender, before your specific deadline. That's the very different conversation altogether. That's where people need a guide and not a video. That's exactly why I built the Secrets to Interrupting Foreclosure full training, along with its personalized coaches that goes with it. We look at where you actually are on the clock, the options that realistically apply to your situation, how to get organized, what to bring to a licensed attorney and when it's the right move, and how my brokerage can step in and help you directly with assistance. The free training was a map for a building. The free training was the map of the building, but the full training is me walking the hallways with you. Let me leave you with this. The bank is counting on one thing, not your missed payments, not your credit scores. They're counting on your silence. They're counting on you believing that it's already over and done. But you just spent 12 minutes proving that you don't quit easy. You've opened the mail, you've taken the notes, and you're still here. So hear me, a hard season is not a final verdict. A scary letter is not a closed door. And a setback, you understand, is a setback. You can fight and you can win. You're not powerless. You're uninformed. You've just gotten a whole lot more informed. It's your home. Keep it that way. Click on the button on the screen and book your free 30-minute consultation or enroll in my full Secrets to Interrupting Foreclosure training. We'll look at where you stand and build your plan that's yours, not a one-size-fits-all guess. Every day that you wait, a door quietly closes. So let's keep yours open. Book your appointment now, and I'll see you on the inside.